I quit my job after they posted my position while I was on bereavement leave. My job had been nitpicking me for a while. I'm good at my specialty, but it's my first job managing others and I really struggled with that aspect. I feel like it was trial by fire and upper management let me burn. I was out on bereavement leave early this week. My grandfather died. I checked Indeed on the drive home from the funeral and saw my job posted. I did not tell anyone I had thoughts of leaving and no one had discussed anything like that with me. This made me incredibly anxious. But more importantly, I found this incredibly disrespectful, unprofessional and just dirty. So I finished out the week when I got back. I was going back and forth between giving 2 weeks notice or immediate. I knew emotionally I wouldn't last another 2 weeks. I checked how much PTO I have and it wasn't much and it's the last day of the pay period. So I went to my supervisor and told her how I saw the posting and here is my resignation. Effective immediately. She told me the posting was not meant to hurt me, but the company has the right to look for other opportunities just as I do. I'm scared of the future because I have never left a job immediately. But I know I'll be okay. But more than anything, I'm proud of myself for standing up for myself. There's always an excuse. The fact is that if your job is posted, they're planning on replacing you. How stupid do these companies think we are? Or getting an employee train someone to do their job and claiming they're not going to be being replaced. No consideration at all for employees as human beings. They treat us all like interchangeable parts in an apparatus and never get called on it. You should be proud of yourself for walking away from that. I had that happen a few years ago. They wanted to hire an assistant for MIS. The work was piling, working salaried 5,060 hours per week up. So I gladly wrote a job description for that purpose. A few weeks later I saw it posted on Indeed, but they interchanged my duties into the posting. I confronted HR about the changed job description and he told me it was no big deal, coverage. Wink. Wink. I was fired within a month and they hadn't started interviewing for the assistant yet. Dick move. I worked at a place that posted an anticipated opening for a job held by A's friends. Her field all over the country started congratulating her and asking her where she was going. That's how I found out her job had been posted. They didn't even apologize for it. Kevin and Monica, if you are reading this, you are still dicks. In 2019 I gave my 2 weeks notice to my employer. Within hours I had my exit interview, then turn around my POS manager stated that policy is to walk me out the door but wanted me to work the remaining time to bring my team 2 people up to speed on my workload. This was a Wednesday. On Thursday my grandmother-in-law passed away that morning. At 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time my wife called me upset about the death and wanted me to come to the funeral in Oregon, as she needed the support. I checked the employee manual and spouse's family were covered. Within the hour I emailed HR and my manager advising that I'll need to be on bereavement to handle the funeral and affairs. I also had no intention on returning, so I took my personal files off my laptop and phone, reset the devices back to factory so they couldn't be restored, and left. On Friday, while on the road to Oregon, the remote HR manager called me and gave condolences but also asked when I'd be returfing. I advised I really don't know, and if I do return early I don't know if I want to come back into the office as it's toxic. My POS manager didn't contact me at all. Yeah, what a POS. In the end, I never returned. Not a firm or manager I'll ever work for again. Karma. On the way back from Oregon I was offered a verbal job offer to start in 3 weeks and making $20,000 more a year. Yes, I took that job. Yep. And they'd have fired you without notice. You handled this perfectly. However, I am sorry you're going through this. If you can, sign up for ride-sharing and food delivery programs to bring in supplemental cash. I also wonder if you can file for unemployment showing where this was leading. Maybe consult a labor attorney if you know of one. You shouldn't have quit. Make them fire you and sue for retaliation if your state considers bereavement as protected leave. I was thinking about quitting my job after a year of hell that started with a PIP and was closing out with HR blocking a new position where the whole department wanted me specifically. I got lucky though, and one of the jobs I applied for actually came through with an offer. I ended the year with a new job that paid more and was less toxic. Staying wasn't really an option, especially when I found out about the layoffs the next year. Might have felt good in the short term, but the better process would have been, hey, I saw this posting for my job while I was on leave. Yes, we have the right to look for other opportunities. Okay, well, let's discuss what my severance package will look like for when you let me go. That sucks. I have learned over the years that I am not good at managing people. It doesn't make me happy, and it doesn't make the people I manage happy. Learning that was hard, but it led me to what I do now, and I'm pretty good at what I do now. I hope you find your thing. Maybe it is management and you needed this experience to figure out what not to do. Maybe it isn't and your thing is still out there waiting for you. I'm sorry for your loss and I wish you the best. The only time I ever quit a job before having a new one, I ended up unemployed for 2 years. Next time, find a new job first. How awful. I'm sorry. And a lot of people struggle with the managing others aspect. But this self-awareness already makes you a better manager than loads of us have. There's absolutely no reason for them to treat you like that. Sorry for your loss and I wish you best of luck. Honey, I'm proud of you. I don't know all the details here, but pretty sure that they cannot legally post your role. They admitted it was your exact role. You should be protected while on bereavement leave in the US. Maybe speak to an employment lawyer. This is win-win. They are glad you are gone and you are glad you left. Everyone got what they wanted. Happy ending all around. Quitting a job that doesn't want you anymore in order to make it easy for them, nice. You have a quality so few people have, and should be proud of yourself for it. You have an amazing amount of self-awareness. Most managers think they are the best to ever do their job, when the only thing they are good at is being gigantic assholes. Breaking employment law, violating all ethical and moral codes, and taking credit for their employees' work. Early in my career, I was a manager of 20+ people and responsible for facility and business operations. By my own choice, I went away from management for several years. Then, about 2 years ago, I took a job as a shift manager. It was one of the worst decisions I had ever made. I found I no longer had it in me to be a manager of other people. I could get the job done, but I felt like an asshole at the end of my shift. And I didn't like that. It affected my performance, and thus, the performance of my employees. I am glad I had that kind of self-awareness. I quickly moved on from there. Don't sweat this. You did the right thing. Why are you scrolling Indeed immediately after leaving your grandfather's funeral? Seems odd timing to be job hunting.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.